Okay, this video I'm going to go through all of my angle addition postulate problems. So realize my 10 problems, just like the last video, they're going to be really similar, but they will be a little different from yours with numbers and letters being slightly varied. So number one here just asks me, how do I name this guy in as many ways as I can? So if you have a single letter or single angle like this, you can just call it the vertex letter. So the vertex, the point is K. So I can name this angle K. I can also name it using 3 letters. K has to be the middle one. So I could call it L, K, J right here. Or I could go the other way and say J, K, L. Those are the only 3 options. K has to be the middle letter. Go me. All right, number 2 says classify. Classify just means name this angle D as right, straight, acute, or obtuse. So find angle D. I'm betting they're going to ask me a few questions. That seems a little aggressive to give me this many pictures. But here's D. So I'm strictly judging off of appearance. This is an acute angle. It's very small and cute, adorable. Oh, they didn't ask me anything else. That was kind of silly to give all those pictures. Okay, this one, there's a lot going on here. If they tell you, so this M, guys, means measure, which is how many degrees. So 53. Some people will struggle with finding HLK. Okay, let me make my picture bigger here. This might be helpful. So HLK, here's how I'm going to find that. And be careful, if you screw up this first part, it's going to get ugly. But HLK is this guy that has 3 marks on it. Those marks are just trying to show you what that's congruent to. So if this guy has 3 marks, it's congruent to the other angle that has 3 marks right here. Okay, so just be aware of that. But that guy is 53, HLK right there. I want to say how big CLB is. CLB. Trace the letters like that. So here's what I'm saying. Those 3 both have 3 little congruent marks. 1, 2, 3. That means they go together. The ones that have 2 go together. The ones that have 1 go together. Those guys are the same, so I know that they both have to be that 53 degrees. That was kind of a crazy picture. Okay. Next one. So RQT, that angle is a straight angle. That means it's 180 degrees. It's just a line. That's all that means. Okay, they want to know what's the measure. So how many degrees is RQS? How many degrees is TQS? So that's just the 2 parts. RQS, TQS. Now the angle addition postulate says if you add 2 angles together, it should equal the whole thing. So the whole thing we already talked about is a line, which is 180. So if I just add this part plus this part, the 2 parts together, it should equal a line. Let me clear this out. Okay, so this is just an algebra problem. And that's kind of the theme with last lesson and this lesson, guys. It's really a lot of just setting up the right equation and then using your algebra skills to solve for x. These guys together, though, should equal a line, which is 180. So now I just have to solve this using algebra. So combine your x's, that's 15x. 9 and 6 is 15. Hopefully this 2-step equation is really simple for us to solve right now. And then you just divide by 15. Should come out nicely for me, and it does. It's 11. So that's x, but notice that that is not what they want me to say. They want me to say, whoops, they want me to say RQS. How big is that? Well, RQS is right here, so that's the 9x plus 9. So I just have to plug my x value into that expression, and then I know that that angle would be 108. I hope they only ask me that question. No, they asked me more. Okay, let me clear my drawings out. My x value is 11. I'm going to remember that. TQS is this side, TQS. So I got to do 6 times 11 plus 6. So that would give me, what, 72? Please don't ask me anything else. Sweet. All right, number 5. A lot of choices here. Choose a figure that fits the description. It has to be an obtuse angle, so that's between 90 and 180. And it has to be angle JKL. So the middle letter is the vertex, K. Process of elimination. C, the middle, or the vertex is L, so it's not that guy. D is a straight angle. Get rid of that. A, do you see this little square right here? That means 90 degrees. So that's not that one. Sorry, I keep doing that, guys. And again, you could just look at every picture. I would go through and like rule out the vertex. So like F, when it's a straight angle and the vertex is L. Same thing with that one. The vertex is L. Same thing with that one. So B and E, those are named well. JKL, JKL. E looks acute. That looks smaller than 90. So here's 90. If it's smaller than that, it's acute. That one's bigger, so that's got to be B. Okay. This next one here, angle ABD. That's the whole thing, is 80 degrees. Ew, why are my drawings so bad? Let's do that again. The whole thing is 80. There we go. Okay, I want to find the measure of ABC and DBC. So that's going to be the two parts within that thing. So angle addition postulate says you can add the two parts of an angle together. So that would be the 3x plus 8 and the 6x minus 9. The two smaller angles within the whole thing, if I add those together, that should equal the entire angle, which is 80. Okay, I just got to do my algebra here. So combine your x's, combine your numbers, be careful there. 8 plus negative 9 is negative 1. Use your calculator here, people. Add the 1 over. 9x equals 81. Divide by 9, x would equal 9. But that's not what they want. They want the angle ABC. Let me get rid of all that here. So ABC is the 6x minus 9. So I'm just going to plug 9 into that. 6 times 9 minus 9. So that's going to give me 45 for ABC. And then it's probably going to ask me the other part. Yep, so the other part is DBC. So that's going to be DBC, this 3x plus 8. Okay, so whatever your x value is, just plug it in and then work that out. Again, use your calculators. Why wouldn't you? That's going to give me 35. All right, this next one. So I would notice right away the whole thing is a right angle. See that little square right there? So this is a 90-degree angle. Now, sometimes people will say that these are equal. They'll say, oh, this side's 45 and this side's 45, if they're like splitting it like that. But you cannot assume that unless they're marked congruent. And by that, I mean they'd have to like, ooh, let me get rid of that. They'd have to put the little congruent mark, so they'd have to do this, like, right. They didn't do that, though, so I cannot assume that that angle is being split in half. All I know is that together, this 8x plus 6 and this 12x minus 4, 12x plus 4, those guys together make a right angle. Okay, so I gotta, again, do an algebra problem. I don't know if you noticed this theme yet, but this is just a lot of algebra. which some of you might love that, some of you might hate it. And then I subtract 10. 20x equals 80, divide by 20, and my x value is 4. So now I just have to take this and plug it in. It's kind of weird what they're asking right here, but I just would plug in 8 times 4 plus 6, and then that would give me, that would give me my first answer. Hold on, technical issues. Sorry, guys. Okay, let me get my pen here. So that's going to give me 38 for this first one. And then I would do the same thing. I would do 12 times my x value, which was 4, and add 4 to that, and I would get 52. And I'm moving on to question 8. All right, question 8, weird picture here. I did one really similar to this in the notes. The picture looked identical, actually. Notice that those red markings, like here and here, that means those two angles, AOB and DOC, those are equal. Those are congruent. So let me see what they tell me. Solve for x. So AOB, which is this guy, that's 8x minus 8. BOC, which is the middle guy, BOC here, that one is 2x plus 14. And then COD, which is this last little piece, is 5x plus 10. I need to figure out the x value. You don't know the whole thing, but I do know, back to what I said in the beginning, that these two guys are equal. So I'm going to set 8x minus 8 and 5x plus 10, set those equal. That will give me my x value. You don't have to use every single expression to find x. You just use what is going to get you the answer. So let's subtract the x's over to combine them. So that would be 3x minus 8 equals 10. Hopefully it's a pretty basic algebra problem from here. So that would be 3x equals 18 divided over x would be 6. I knew it. Don't you hate when they just ask you more? You're like, no, leave me alone. All right, let me clear out some of this stuff here. Okay, I'm going to remember my x value is 6. I guess it's typed right there. If I don't erase every piece, some of you will freak out. Okay. So now they want me to say AOB. AOB. So that's 8x minus 8. So I'm just going to do 8 times 6 minus 8, which is 40. And they're probably going to ask me the other ones. BOC. So BOC was, and I can just look here, I guess, 2x plus 14. So I'm just plugging in my x value. 2 times 6 plus 14 is 26. And then COD, 5 times 6 plus 10 is 40. Yay, drop down menus. Good, because I'm running out of time here. All right, the common endpoint of the rays of an angle. So this is just the point of an angle. That's the vertex where the rays meet. And my last one, name the shaded angle in 3 different ways. Okay, so right here, if they put a little number in it, I can just call that angle 2. I wonder if I have to do the angle symbol. I do. There it is. Angle 2. I can use 3 letters as well. You cannot just say angle E here because you don't know if you're talking about this one or this one, angle 1 or angle 2. So use 3 letters. E is the point. It's got to be the middle letter. So I'm going to say FEG. I could also say GEF. Doesn't matter. And I got it wrong. What did I do?